Let's now move to our third topic for this afternoon. Beyond FAQs, redefining learner support through AI chatbot. So, from the TESDA organization. So, Miss Bianca Himaya Luna. Bianca Himaya V. Luna is an alumna of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, specializing in Philippine studies. Throughout her professional career, she has acquired various certifications in the field of education and information technology. She is a senior TESD specialist at the TESDA Central Office and is currently the acting division chief of the eTESDA division, the office that manages the implementation of the TESDA online program. She specializes in the innovation of education and technology through the development of technologies, learning strategies, and e-learning materials for technical vocational education and training, or TVET. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Bianca Himaya Luna.
Ayan. So, hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I will not introduce myself na kasi may introduction na. So, today, I will be presenting to you one of the TESDA online programs initiative in terms of harnessing AI in enhancing the learning experience, specifically in providing learner support in the TESDA online program. So, before I proceed po, can I get a show of hands lang po para I know who the audience are po. So, how many of you have LMS po? Have their own LMS? Ayan, ang dami. So, how many of you naman po na may LMS ang may chatbot na? Wala pa. So, kasi baka meron na. So, baka gusto nyo po akong sabayan mag-present. Ayan. So, once again, good morning. Ay, good afternoon na pala. Ayan. So, first, I'd like to introduce to you the TESDA online program. So, has anyone heard po of the TESDA online program? Yes, ayan si Sir nakataas ang kamay. Thank you very much, Sir. So, the TESDA online program is TESDA's national TVET e-learning platform for the Philippines. So, it offers free and self-paced massive TVET online courses, and it is now also being used in the delivery of facilitated flexible TVET programs conducted by the public institutions of TESDA. So, the TESDA online program started way back in 2012 pa po. So, this is pre-pandemic. So, yeah. So, I wanted to show and highlight this. The first time, ano lang po, konting kwento. The first time I presented here in the Moodle Mood PH is way back in 2018. And our presentation, I believe, is on how we hit our million marker for the number of registrations in 5 years. So way back po in 2018, yung 1 million marker po ng registrations ay isa ng malaking accomplishment. But now, as you can see, we are hitting the target every year. We have over 944,500 registrants yearly. So ngayon po, we have over 6 million registrants na po sa TESDA online program. And then we also have an average yearly enrollments po ng 1,385,278. So, this is from 2020 to 2023. Siyempre, with the increase of registrations and enrollments, it comes with the increase din po ng request for technical support. So, yearly, we are receiving an average learner support emails of 10,000 emails. So, imagine po ninyo yun. So, just to give you parang context, in our office, we have an IT unit, technical unit, which is composed of only 5 persons. So, dun po sa 5 person na yun, we have 2 na nakafocus sa na ang task nila ay pagsagot po ng email. And sa inaraw-araw po nila or sa buwan-buwan po nilang pagsagot ng email, average po nun ay 800 email. So, kumakain po ng malaking resources yung provision namin ng technical support over our million users. Ayan, ayaw naman next. Ayan, so, the dilemma. So, how the vision, how can the TESDA online program enhance its learner support for its rapidly growing number of learners? So, ang isang tinitingnan po namin dito is we needed an immediate solution. Kasi po, padami ng padami yung aming learners at hindi naman po tumataas yung aming budget, hindi po nadadagdagan ng aming tao, which I think many of you can relate. So, we need an immediate and cost-efficient solution. So, what we did first is we analyze what kind of learner support system we had from 2020 to 2023. So we have there are 4 ways on how our learners can be provided with technical support. So first we have hotline, so via phone. We have walk-in, email, and FAQ page. We further analyze it on 4 indicators: the real-time availability, interaction type, response time, and the level of support provided. So, pag sinabi po natin real-time availability, this is the availability of the technical support at the moment na meron pong technical support na makakausap yung ating learner. So, doon po sa indicator na yon, hotline, yes, and walk-in, yes, but for email and FAQ page, no. Dahil normally sa email, it takes around 1 to 2 days before po kami makapag-reply kasi we have 833 emails monthly. The next, interaction type for hotline and walk-in direct. They can talk directly doon sa technical support. And then for the email, indirect interaction via email, yung ating provision ng technical support. As for the FAQ page, no direct interaction. Next, as to the response time, for hotline, walk-in, and FAQ page, immediate po ang provision ng technical support. So, meron lang nakalagay dyan, immediate for hotline, pero if medyo marami tumatawag, you have to wait for a little bit. Then next, for walk-in, limited lang siya sa business hours. So, hindi siya 24/7. And then for email, and then slow, as I mentioned, it can take 1 to 2 days. As to the level of support provided, for hotline, it is high, it is with direct interaction and quick clarification, and it is provided remotely. For walk-in, it is still hands-on, personalized. However, you have to be present at the location for you to get the technical support you need. Next, for email, it is moderate. It has detailed documentation, but it is mostly, it is ideal for non-urgent issues. And then for FAQ page, low ang ating level of support dahil kung ano lang yung nakalagay doon, yun lang. Hindi ka pwede magtanong, you take it as it is. So, ano yung mga main challenges across? So for hotline, walk-in, and email, it is subjected to the availability of support representatives. So if walang support representative, walang technical support na mag-provide. Kapag nag-leave, sabay yung dalawa, walang technical support na mag-provide sa email. So for FAQ page, limited naman yung scope na binibigay niya. Okay, so given yung klase ng learner support system that we have, tinignan namin what is the nature of emails received. So 97% malaki. Can you guess kung anong 97%? Kung anong nature? Ano po yun? Complaints? Hindi ma'am. Hindi po. Baka nasa 3% po yung complaints. Ayan. So sa 97%, yes sir. Requirements? Pwede? How to create an account? How to enroll? Ay, may sumasagot pa kanina? Password! Tama po yan lahat ng sinasabi ninyo. So every day you see these two of your technical team na nagsasagot araw-araw, pare-parehas, paano po mag-login? Nakalimutan ko po yung password ko. How to enroll? So, eto po yun, register, login, enroll, how to retrieve an account, how to undergo assessment, how can I verify my certificates? So, na kung tutuusin, many of these are already the FAQ page. So, it shows lang din na kung paano parang hindi na-achieve ni FAQ page kung ano yung talagang purpose niya. So, ang tanong sa amin, with the given facts, how can we provide immediate solution to the problem? Kasi alam na namin na yung pala yung laging tinatanong. Alam na namin na ganito kadami yung pumapasok sa amin monthly. So, doon na kami pumunta sa why don't we create chatbot? Yan. So, we have 6 considerations in creating a chatbot. And yung pinakauna, sa tingin niyo po ano? Cost. Tama. Free. Yan. Kasi when we had this problem, alam niyo, pag sa government po kasi, dapat yung budget ninyo, nire-request nyo ahead of time. So kapag may problem na dumating in the middle of operations, medyo mahirap mag-request ulit ng budget. Then you will be asked, ba't hindi nyo na-foresee yan? Diba? So, ang dami pang explanation. So, we wanted to get an immediate solution na kaagad. So, dapat free. Next, syempre dapat can be integrated into Moodle, diba? Kasi yun yung platform namin. Next, easy to set up. Kasi we wanted a quick solution. So, dapat madali lang siyang i-set up. Next, customizable because we have e-branding guidelines sa aming LMS. And next, with NLP feature, so this is the natural language processing. So later on, I will discuss on that. And then next, with active community support. Kasi if normally sa mga open source na mga applications, malaking bagay yung community support in finding yung mga troubleshooting, yung mga challenges na na-encounter while developing. Ayan. So, nag-research kami, and ito yung isa sa mga nakita namin. So, hindi po ako endorser ng WordPress. Gusto ko lang pong i-share yung aming experience or kung ano yung nakita naming solution that maybe you can also use in developing your chatbot. So, we use WordPress. So, why WordPress? First, it is free. Babasahin niyo po. Free with limits. Siyempre, may limits. So, ang nakalagay kong mahalaga sa amin, no credit card required. So, since we are just parang piloting pa lang, actually, on pilot pa ito ngayon, parang kami, we don't want, syempre na ma-charge dun sa gagastusin namin. Kaya malaking bagay mo sa amin itong no credit card required and it's free. Pero, it has limitation. It only, parang every month, 2,000 lang yung messages na pwede mong makuha. And then, 5,000 table rows lang yung knowledge base yung AI knowledge base na pwede mong ilagay. And merong $5 na AI credit lang monthly. Next, it can be integrated to Moodle. Ayan po, sa mga may hawak po ng cellphone, pwede po kayong pumunta sa www.e-tesa.com.ph. Then makikita niyo po yung maliit na yun. Yan, sa gilid. Yun po yung chatbot namin. So, nagagamit siya sa desktop, sa laptop, basta web browser lalabas siya. Next, easy to use and set up. Later on, if may time pa baka, if we can show you kung paano yung pag-develop sa loob para lang you can start it na after this breakout session kasi sobrang dali lang po niyang gamitin. So as you can see, meron na po siyang studio sa loob ng WordPress. And then you just have to drag and drop kung ano yung mga actions na pwede mong gawin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-program. Meron ka lang mga query na kailangan ilagay dun sa mga fields kapag meron kang advanced na action na gusto gawin. Pero basically, ito yun. Start. Anong welcome message mo? Choices. Etc. So, very easy to use. It's free and can be integrated to Moodle. Next, it's highly customizable. So, ito yung sample na chatbot po namin. So, kung makikita nyo, napapalitan yung colors niyan. So, pwede nyo, kung meron kayong branding guidelines, pwede ninyong i-adjust kung ano yung kulay na LMS ninyo, kung ano yung gusto nyo gamitin na icons, etc. Next, it has a natural language processing capability. So, meron po itong intent recognition, spell checking, meron din po itong, ano po ba yun? Apat yun. Intent recognition, spell checking, entity extraction, tsaka slot tagging. So, kung makikita niyo dito sa sample na to, kahit yung kanina, yung tinanong lang po is, nakalimutan ko password ko. Hindi nga siya tanong sinabi mo lang, nakalimutan ko password ko. So, lahat po ng query na nilagay namin, or lahat po ng information na nilagay namin is in English. But with the natural language processing capabilities po, it was able to identify na yung hinahanap niya ay yung password. So, it can give you, the bot will understand that if you are asking about something related to password. So, immediately, kaya niyang sabihin, kahit Tagalog mo siya tinanong, kahit English mo nilagay, yung mga sagot dun sa mga questions niyo. Dito, how do I register? Ayan. Pag nagmamadali tayo mag-type, minsan, di ba, hindi natin mapag-send. Pero, dahil may spell checking siya, nabigay pa rin niya yung sagot na hinahanap. Next, it has an active community. So, makikita niyo po, meron siya, ito ang ng WordPress, community ng WordPress. So, medyo kapag meron po kayong mga questions, makikita niyo po dun sa mga threads. Tsaka medyo marami na po gumagamit. So, pwede po kayong mag-refer dun sa mga nasabi na nilang mga concerns before. So, currently po, you can access nga po yung aming chatbot dun sa LMS po namin. And then, were there any significant changes to the identified dilemma? Kasi that's very important, di ba? Kasi madali mo nga siya na-integrate, free nga siya, pero na-solve ba yung problem mo? Yan. So, pinailang po namin yung chatbot ng first quarter ng 2024 hanggang ngayon. So, when we analyze the data, ito po yung 2020 to 2023, 10,000 emails a year, so 833 monthly average emails na nare-receive natin, 97% ay how-tos. Nung nag-implement po kami ng chatbot, yan na po ang aming numbers. Numbers can lie, di ba? Yan. So, from 833 monthly average email, naging 121 na lang po yung monthly average email namin. So, from 2 person na pwedeng na nagsasagot, na overwhelmed sila sa dami, ngayon pwedeng kahit isa na lang po yung nagsasagot. Just to monitor, tingnan lang if meron pa bang pumapasok na different, baka may complaints kagaya na sabi ni mga ganon. So, and 56% na lang po ang how-tos. So, medyo mas enjoyable na po magsagot ng emails kasi hindi na po puro how do I register, how I forgot my password, yun po. So, it also gives us extra time. Actually, hindi extra time pero it gives us a lot of time para po yung mga technical team po namin can focus sa ibang mga activities that we have. Other R&D ng mga projects namin. So, challenges. Yan. So, dahil po free yung gamit po namin, or nasa pay-as-you-go po kami na tier, syempre we have limited support. So, yung support na nakukuha namin, actually wala kami support na nakukuha kasi nga free. Pero kapag nagbayad kayo, meron kayong access dun sa support na yun. So, nag-base lang talaga kami dun sa community na meron. Tsaka sa documentation ni Moodle. So, thank you very much for this. Next, restricted features. So, currently po sa ginagamit namin, hindi po namin, medyo meron lang pong restriction pagdating din po, aside po dun sa number of emails na pwedeng ilaba, ay, number of messages na pwedeng isagot, na kapag na-exhaust mo na, nandun pa rin yung nandun pa rin yung chatbot mo, pero hindi ka na niyang papansinin, hindi na siya sasagot. Ayan. Hindi rin po, parang yung analytics din po, kasi it has analytics and monitoring. kapag naka-free kayo, hindi nyo makikita yon. Parang 1 month lang worth of analytics, and then after nun, you cannot go back to other months. And then next, dependency on the community contributions. Siyempre, if you're planning to use it on a much parang longer period, since open source siya, and nagbe-base siya sa, or dependent siya sa community niya, may possibility or there would be a time na kapag hindi na-active yung community ay pwede rin hindi na ganon kabilis yung development ng new features. So, recommendations. What are recommendations? Ayan. So, first, syempre, we have to leverage on the open source flexibility of any, for me po, baka meron kasi, for me po, there is, if we are limited on parang budget, we have to really check first kung meron bang mga open source na pwede tayong gamitin. Para we can see, it also grants us yung flexibility on the customization in terms of what you want to put, what features you want to enhance, which is why we actually chose Moodle, because we're able to customize it in a way how we want it to be parang seen. Next, evaluate your needs. Very important. So from sa experience po namin, we wanted an immediate solution na po. Pero now, we are on pilot, and after that, we will be re-evaluating the results and reconsidering kung ito ba yung kailangan namin. Kaya ba nitong i-support later on yung kapag naging ilang milyon? 6 million kami ngayon, pag naging 10 million na po yung users namin. So that is something that we suggest developers do before actually going into the development. And then, syempre, design chatbots with scalability in mind. Yun na rin po yung nabanggit ko. So, ayun po, yung mga recommendations namin, and that is our experience in developing po yung aming chatbot. So, that actually ends the presentation. Very short lang. So, if you have any questions, I'll entertain po some. And then, if we have time po, we can actually show you. Gusto niyo ba? We can show you how it is, how we did it. Tapos para you can do it then after nito or tomorrow. Para you can deploy it ka. Super easy lang po talaga gamitin. Yun po siya. So questions first po. Baka may questions po. Ay, yes ma'am.
Magandang hapon po. I'm Pamela sa Agricultural Training Institute, and we're very interested po sa Tinamos because we are also from the government and we're experiencing the same. I'd just like to ask the bot press, can you configure it na kumari the question is in Tagalog, the answer will be in Tagalog?
Pwede siya. Ayan, I have the technical stuff with me. Pwede po siya, ma'am, na i-design that way. So, kasi po kayo po yung maglalagay ng question and kayo rin po yung maglalagay ng answer.
How many language yung kaya niya?
Sa ngayon, ma'am, we've tried Filipino, English, Japanese. Yung Japanese, it can recognize the characters, but it will answer to you in English pa rin. And then, Japanese, English, Filipino, Spanish po.
For the Filipino language,
Ayun, ma'am, hindi pa namin.
yung hindi Tagalog.
Oo, parang nare-recognize pa lang niya, ma'am, na gano'n. Pero yung automatic, ma'am, na AI na it will parang answer yung Ilocano or Kapampangan, parang hindi pa namin na-explore to that extent po. Pero yung English, Spanish, yung mga foreign languages po, it is built in na sa WordPress. So parang, for us kasi we have global audience, kaya parang mas English po. Pero good question, ma'am. That is something that we will look into further din, no? Yung languages.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Lalo na for API, no? API, ma'am, no? So, kasi farmers ang ating beneficiaries. And from different provinces. Any other questions po before we proceed? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, I'm Daniel from BSS Lawson. So we basically offer law preparation courses, and we'd like to thank you for giving us a solution It's also a common ground or common concern of our students. But I just have some questions in mind as we want to implement the same. Most of the chatbot implementation are here from your FAQs, correct?
Yes.
There are also courses that we can enable as public, correct?
Sorry,
There are some courses that we can enable as public.
Yep.
Now, my question is, if you have this FAQs already available on your homepage, on your LMS, why still create a chatbot that is limited, that cannot answer all the questions because you have your FAQs? I'm not asking
Yep.
you, I just want to know if there are any technical issues you have considered.
Yeah. Ayun nga, yung kaninang sinasabi ko, no, parang we have FAQs pero yung how-tos, yun pa rin yung tanong talaga. So, yung the difference between the chatbot that we created kasi and the FAQ page that we have, we added information here na how-tos pa rin siya, pero hindi commonly asked.
So it's not part of your FAQ. Those that are
Managdagdag kami, sir. So, yung how-tos, yung sa FAQ page namin, we have the basic how to log in, how to ganyan. Pero as to the different, like, how can I get an assessment? Can I use your certificate as a valid evidence? Yung mga ganon na very specific, we put it na lang in the chatbot kasi part din siya ng parang identified na how-tos na later on na maraming dumadating na questions.
because my theory is
Go,
that
sir.
you have some technical concerns.
Yeah. Actually, sir, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na parang we are also wondering, no? Parang it is already the FAQ page, pero they are still asking. So first, di ba accessible yung FAQ? Yun isang question namin. Yun yung tanong namin. But the FAQ is posted at the same page ng chatbot actually. I mean, the trigger points nandun sa same page. And then, so, yun din isang tinitingnan namin, sir, na parang,
What's the reason?
Yeah, what's the reason why? Yeah, oo. I think one of the factor kasi, sir, is the interactivity din. Yun dun sa real-time availability. FAQs is still dyan lang eh, then you have to read it. If you don't want to read everything in the FAQs, you have only one question. And then you want to ask directly na lang. So you want, if you want to get direct answer, you don't want to read everything. So I think that is one of the things na nasolve ni chatbot kasi parang it provides you interactivity eh. It's like you're talking to a support representative na nagbibigay sa'yo ng feedback according to sa kung ano yung tanong mo. Ganun siya. Yun yung isang nakikita namin na factor kung bakit nung nag-chatbot kami is kumonte yung how-tos na nare-receive namin. The real-time availability of support.
Because we have the same already. We have our website, dedicated microsite for frequently asked questions. But despite of that, they still send emails.
Yeah. Yun kasi situation.
So I just want to connect our observations as well with your observation that it is as if there is a human being replying to them.
Yeah,
through
it's
the
like
chat.
interactivity.
It is the reason why they don't ask anymore why.
Yeah.
And the site comment, how do you solicit feedback as the OIC for the e-learning? How do you solicit feedback for your content? For example, is it a textual or
Okay. So, more on the content na yung question niya, sir.
Yes.
So, in our development process kasi, sir, we have several validation, different levels of parang validation. So, first, we have the level of subject matter experts. So, we provide them with a courseware evaluation form. We sit with them and ask one by one yung mga pinapadalan nila lahat ng elements. So, kung sa tingin nila, appropriate sa learning objects, etc. Second, we have what we call the alpha testing. So, before we publish a course, we find, pero yung subject matter experts namin, nagpo-provide sila ng control group na they will take the courses and then they will provide feedback through a courseware evaluation form. Then after that, we have the beta testing. So during the beta testing, it is live na for everyone, but we still have a form inside. So we run it for like 6 months, and then we get the feedback from that. So based on that, it will be analyzed if the contents must be updated or meron pa kailangan dito check, etc. Aside from that, we also conduct annual program satisfaction surveys. So para din sa mga courses namin na hindi na nakabenta, we put an evaluation for us to see kung satisfied na sila dun sa experience nila in terms of UI UX, in terms of content delivery. So yun yung feedbacking mechanism that we have. Thank you. Ayan. So, any questions po? Ayan. So, pwede po kayo magtanong kung gusto nyo meron sa content development kasi pwede pa po ba tayong mag-proceed sa demo? Please lang. No na? Very quick lang. Okay, so how do you integrate the chatbot in the model? So, first po, ito may example na if you go to BotPress, dito po, pag nag-login kayo, ito yung itsura na. So, you go to BotPress and then you select yung bot. So, ayan po, naka-group. Then after that, mapupunta po kayo dito sa studio na to. So, basically, may start, may end, and then you put everything in between. Meron po nakalagay dito na mga activities na pwede nilang gawin. So, pwedeng may text, pwedeng may questions. You can already put yung mga question and answer dito mismo, or you can connect it to a knowledge-based AI repository. So, ayan kung makikita niyo po merong knowledge agent dyan. So, if you click that, you can create tables inside, and then you can put the questions inside, you can put the answers inside. So, yun lang, then you have to connect it dito sa mga nodes na to. These are called nodes. Para makonect siya dun sa pinaka-AI na chatbot niya. So, after mo nang magawa yun, meron din pong debugging tool sa loob. So, meron din pong emulator. So, kapag nagawa mo na yun, pag na-publish mo na yung parang workflow mo, you can test it inside. Hindi mo kailangan i-publish sa LMS mo kagad. Test it inside kung nagana. And then after yun, if nagana na lahat, you go to the integrations. And then you get this, you click pre-configured and get the code. So, i-embed mo lang siya. Yun lang siya. Kunin mo yung query dito, and then, you go to your LMS, site admin, and then you go to appearance, and then additional HTML. Sige po, picture ko nyo. Then after mo nun, search Control F yun na lang po kasi medyo mahaba yun. Type nyo lang po before body is closed or before body. Ayan. And then you put the embed code here. Then you save changes. Then after you save changes, ayan na po siya. Ito na po yung chatbot nyo. Ganun po siya kadali. Gawin. Pero again po hindi po ako sponsor ng BotPress. Sinasabi ko lang po. And meron lang pong limitations talaga in terms of the number of messages. So, if you want to do this or use this, 2,000 messages lang po. So, bantayan nyo rin po. Run it for 1 month. Tingnan nyo how many days before siya nawawala. Para you can see kung ilan yung gumagamit ng BotPress. And then, dahil nakalagay siya dun sa part na yon, sa lahat ng pages, nandun siya. So, hindi nyo na kailangan isa-isahin yung pages, ilagay script sa isang doon. So, yan na, nandyan na siya. So, yun lang po. So, you can, once again, visit our platform if you want to see how it works po. So, thank you very much po.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bianca Himayan Luna. May please call Sir Roy. Sir Roy Plumates will give the certificate. Certificate of appreciation is given to Ms. Bianca Himayan Luna in grateful recognition for sharing her invaluable knowledge and experience. To the participants of Moodle Philippines 2024, given this 23rd day of May 2024, held at Century Park Hotel Manila. Signed, Michelle R. Villarman.